So today I'm going to show you how to swap in SSD on your computer. So first going to do is make sure you turn your computer off. So completely shut down. That might take a while. So while it's doing that, I'll tell you the parts. So you're going to want a Phillips head screwdriver like this one. Doesn't have to be anything special like I have. It's all a mess. Looks like that's updating, so it might be a while. So I'm going to talk about my SSD. This is a 970 plus. I have a 970 in here under that GPU. Pretty similar, except this one is just a plus. I don't even know the difference between the plus. There's not. It's just a marketing thing. But if there is, I'll tell you guys later. So first, that's powered off. What I'm first gonna do is get right here. There's a little switch right there. Switch that switch off. Power's completely off, so no lights on the computer or anything. I'm gonna unplug this. Okay, that unplugged. I am not gonna unplug those because that frankly shouldn't be unplugged. This is the hard part. I don't know if I can record this or not because we need both hands. So set that right there. Okay. And so unscrew this screw, and my computer, your computer might be slightly different. Probably still be a screw. Make sure you keep this screw. You of course don't want that to be discarded. And you pop this case out. Mine is glass. Most of them aren't glass. So I built my computer myself, but choose a glass case. Put this to the side. Prefer not to put that on a wood floor. Or don't do that. So the next, that's it right there. See. So next, get in here. So there's a few slots. There's one up here. You can't really tell, but it's like up in here. My GPU is blocking it. But there's the one I have right now. So that little screw right there I need to pop off. I need to get a different. This one's too big. This one's a little smaller. Let's try it. So then I'm gonna go in there and unscrew that. Put it down for a second. So once you have that unpopped, this just fell down on mine. Normally, I don't think it should do that. Okay, so now we take the SSD in here. Hard to do one-handed. There it is. See, it's like fingers this big. I'm not a very big guy, and the size of my ring finger. It's not very big at all. Then to make sure you don't scratch it up. Take this. This is the hard part. See this little notch right there? There. So I'm gonna align this, the notch on this side. I can't really show you guys. It's a weird angle. And so that does not work. So looks like I'm gonna have to take the GPU out. Let me take that out off the camera. Most computers you won't need to do this. I'm gonna do this, so 1 second. Okay, so right there I took it off. It was actually kind of complicated. I forgot to do those screws on this, but I remembered that. Once I took that bracket off, so it took maybe 3 minutes. The hardest part was I had to blow everything off. Kind of complicated. See all that dust? I blew it off camera. So that's my normal one right there. I do not want to change that, because that's a perfectly good one. So what you have to do first is take your little Phillips head. There's a super tiny screw right there. Might even need a smaller screwdriver. This will be fine. Let me get the actual small screwdriver. This is really nice to have, this iFixit kit. I'd recommend getting them, like $50. Probably get it used cheaper. Right here. Spins real nice, magnetic. Make sure you don't lose that screw. So then you're gonna wanna get this. Line this up like that in these notches. No, these lower notches. Gonna want to try to keep up. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this one-handed, but you put this little screw, can't even see it, put that little screw in here and then put it in that section right there. So I'm going to pause this for a second while I do that. Okay, I did that. It's all installed. Push downs pretty well. So this part, so you're gonna want to peel this right here. This, it's not like this on all motherboards. This one's kind of fancy motherboard. It's kind of sticky. It's like a thermal insulation patch thing. You want to put that right there. That just sticks on, and then get your little tiny screwdriver. Push that in. Okay, I'm gonna wipe all this dust off. Okay, so now looks all good. That, and of course with that one, if I guess there is a Wi-Fi chip in there, so I guess I can install another one. But I've got plenty of extra SATA ports. I can just install one over there. So let me put that GPU back in, and then let's start up the computer. This is all a mess. You gotta wipe down your computer monthly. I do it like semi-annually. Look at that. Okay, let's install that GPU. We got that GPU installed. That might be a problem, might not be a problem, depends on the computer. Not all computers have GPUs, not all computers also don't have M.2 slots. So yours might be different, but I've got a few hard drives running down there, and just for fun. So I keep my case back on. There's a side panel on all computers. It's not. Okay, I screw this back on. I'm gonna do this hand tight this time. And then let's plug everything in, and it's tight. Let's plug everything in and see if this worked. So power, make sure you always have your power off when you're working on computers. Okay, you want to plug these in. It might take a little bit longer to boot because we're adding new stuff. Make sure you want your power to be on like that. Then right there. And normally it boots pretty quickly, but it might not this time. Okay, that's strange. Shut off for a split second. And then my keyboard and my mouse is on. Computer's all looking good. Screens aren't on yet, but they should be on soon. Make sure you always install it like it was. I don't want Eh, that'd be fine, open like that. Yep, it's taken a while to boot. Nothing on the screens have showed up yet, but that's all installed. Thing's turned on. Tap the spacebar a few times. Oh, and I did some research. The 970 EVO Plus is no like physical difference, really. Kind of like overclocked or something. It's very odd. I found the problem. There's no power on my GPU slot, so let me fix that and this should be working. So, okay, I started this up now. Now there's power running for the GPU. My monitors have wrecking something. There it goes. So, BIOS popped in. I'm not exactly sure if it'll give me an error or not, but I'll show you what happens. So it boots on right up. Curious if it'd give me a boot screen. And now there, if I go to I think it's this PC, there is volume Y. Strange. Let me go to settings. Normally there should be 2 hard drives in there. Strange. Let's go to storage. Okay, it does not seem to recognize it. Let me go into the BIOS and see. BIOS recognizes it right here. I have my 1 terabyte that I boot off of, and my other plus drive 1 terabyte that I just have for not 100% sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. So everything else seems to be normal. I have my boot on that. Okay. That all looks good. So let's save and exit, and let's see if it works now. Not, I'll do some more research. So it looks to me like shows up in Device Manager. I found a YouTube video. Well, I just scrolled through it. He went through Device Manager, so I see it through here. So you can see it's 1 terabyte. Device is working properly. Okay, it looks like drivers are all updated on it, so let me do some more research and see why, even though it's coming up right here, it's not working. Okay, so I went to Device Manager, created a new thing, called it new volume D. So this should be 1 terabyte of SSD storage. So my other problem is, so I have a I have another hard drive. I'm going to figure out why that's not working and then troubleshoot that and tell you what's wrong with that. So I'll figure that out and then come back. So I think I figured that out. I'm also going to show you guys how to install 2.5 inch hard drive, or you can apply this to about anything. They make 2.5 inches SSDs. I don't have one, but I found this off an old laptop that doesn't work. I think that works. Fairly new 1 terabyte hard drive. So what you're gonna want to do, at least in my computer, there are, see those things right there? Those are called drive caddies. You're gonna want to unscrew these. I'm gonna get more room. Make sure you don't apply too much pressure because that can crack your motherboard, crack your GPU, and just make your life miserable. So then that just pops off. So I picked up my motherboard. I didn't bring my motherboard box, but I brought some of the stuff in it. So, and that's this right here. So I'm going to, I don't know why I'm on the floor. So I'm going to put these in the back of these and then put that in later. So those weren't the right screws. However, my motherboard had another bag of screws that fit. So just a reminder, always buy a high-end motherboard. Motherboard was probably a little too high-end for my system. I just have a bad GPU. Everything else is fine. So it's weird. I'm gonna point this down, I believe. Yes. I want to match all these slots up like this. Find wherever I put my thing. Is this one? Install that. I don't think that's right. Yeah, that's going in there forever. I think I can just use this one. Sorry about that. So then let's like this. So I need a port like this. Am I able to get that over there? Am I? Well, let me improvise. Let me figure out the support situation, I'll come back to you guys. Okay, so I got a right angle one, but I swapped this one in for a right angle one. And everything should be good now. Powers and everything. That's plugged in. I have it plugged in on the other side. So now I gotta install those side panels on. That might take a while because I got this mess. Let me do that, and then I'll start up this PC and see what the outcome is. So, 1 second. That was more difficult to put in than I would want, but it starts up, and hope that works. Nah, I don't really need any of those drives, so it doesn't really matter, but follow a similar procedure. You're supposed to do that, plug in your SATA and cable connectors, and then everything should work. So I still have Y and Z, which is what I needed, so I actually bumped in that cable. So now let's find my disk cleanup. Right now it's not. Disk management. So C, and then I have So I have my two 500 gigs, and I have my 2 terabyte SSDs. So that other hard drive must have not worked, but that's the same procedure. It must not just be a working hard drive or working working hard drive. So yeah, let's finish this project and I'll edit this. Well, that's how you're supposed to do it. So bye.